And then also, speaking of coaching, yeah, you had a track and field background.
Yeah.
Were you doing music at the same time as the track and field?
I was a little bit, but so my dream was always to make it to the NFL, right? Like coming like any other urban youth, right? They want to
Sure.
make it to a professional football league, basketball league, some type of league. So my focus was on that, and I dibbled and dabbled in rapping and stuff growing up. You know, definitely being around my brother. Shout out Jay Red and Red's View. Go check out his podcast on YouTube. Being around him and him being a heavy influence on me and him rapping and stuff like that. Like growing up, I always did stuff with music. I learned like my grandmother taught me how to play piano when I was 6. From there, she made sure I learned how to play like saxophone and stuff like that. So I've always been musically inclined. I never really started taking rap seriously until after I got injured and I couldn't play football anymore.
Got it.
So I tore my Achilles.
Oh,
And I had the opportunity to possibly make a pro roster at the time, but it just didn't work out for me. And it is what it is. So, but in that time, it was a really dark time because honestly,
I bet it was, man. Injuries are the worst, man.
Yeah, because at the time, my whole identity for my whole life was being this player.
Right.
Whether it's a football player, track athlete, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And out of my friend group, I was really good in football, and a lot of them were looking at me like, "Oh, we ain't worried about Jay. We already know what Jay gonna be. Jay gonna be in the NFL doing like, you know what I'm saying, sacking the quarterback or doing something." And so when it didn't happen, like, you know, it put me in a dark space because that's what I worked for my whole life, and I wouldn't say it was taken away from me, but it just didn't work out how I wanted it to.
Yeah, man.
And so during that time, all I had time to do was just lay around, right? Because I tore my Achilles. Like, you're not doing too much walking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially in the early stages. So, you know, I just went back to the music. And this was my outlet, you know, as athletes. And I feel like it's very, very hard whenever your career is over, whether that's in high school, college.
I just played my last basketball game, man.